Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to YouTube to this video on AirMech Arena for the Xbox 360. I'm going to be highlighting the Sole Survivor achievement, in which I will be showing the strategy in which I use for completing the map Spiral on Survival. Now, you can only get this achievement specifically, obviously, playing solo, but the strategy used for this map can be used for 2 players, 3 players, 4 players, with the exception of some modifications being made due to the amount of money and resources that gets divvied up based on the number of players that's in the game. So as you see right now, I got the classic Paladin currently equipped. Let's see, I'm gonna change to slot 1 using my bumpers to my Warthog, except I want to use the Paladin, but he's not loaded up with the units that I want to use. You know what? I'll use the Paladin. Alright, so with the Paladin, I got Ultimate Samson currently equipped. Excellent pilot. He does cost diamonds. His effects is really great. If you do not have the Ultimate Samson and you want an alternative, then I recommend your choices. Hawk is an excellent choice for a freebie starting pilot that you could have chosen at the very beginning of the game, or even purchase him for kudos in the shop. He increases the amount of credits you get. He increases how much, he reduces the overall build speed to bring out your units, which is greatly comboed with Chimney's Tooth, which will reduce it an additional 5%. So that's 10% off the top, which is really incredible when you think about how long it takes to build Goliath Tanks, which is around like 17 seconds. Now, some of the other units I'm going to be using is Moneymaker. I'm going to be using the Generator. What else do I got equipped here? My first slot, I want to have the Stasis Mines, because they're really cheap to build. Second slot, I'll put in put my Longhorns back in. Then I'll go leave my Buckies. Love my Ultimate Buckies. Another crazily excellent tank, if that's even a word, crazily. Ratchet Tank, great for healing. You typically only need 2 or 3 per defensive position, which helps with the efficiency in terms of utilizing your overall unit build capacity. Next, I want to have, I want the T99 because they're immovable. And I recommended in my Twin Survivors achievement the artillery. You don't necessarily need it. This is a unit that you get by default, but the fact that it does 1150 DPS versus ground is pretty good. It does not have a rough, build time delay. The build cost is excellent at only 5,000 credits. So I do highly recommend it. You can build a slightly upgraded one, but the build time will take longer. But it is not mandatory for getting this achievement. So I will not use Arty. I have everything else that I want. I could drop some Seekers in just as for anti-air against the flying enemies that fly over the map. You again don't even need this because the Buckies take care of that. They're good against air and ground. The T99s that you build will also shoot down stuff. So enough about the preparation. Throw down my Seeker. The Seeker costs 500 credits. The T99's 1800 kudos. The Ratchet Tank healing unit costs another 3600 kudos. The Ultimate Bucky's like 450 diamonds. So if you're starting off with the initial 650 default diamonds, your choices are either Ultimate Samson, Ultimate Bucky, or you can make alternate accounts or have friends send you ultimates for 1 diamond out of the shop. Anyway, so this is going to be my initial setup. Now for some equipments. I got the blueprinted turbines, 6% flight energy efficiency plus 1% airspeed. For my core, I use the Paladin Quick Charge core, which is for the Paladin only. Slap that on. The efficiency chip, flight energy capacity, flight energy efficiency, transform speed, not too bad penalties. I don't plan on dying, so the negative there won't be that bad. And then this one, this rechargers, 10% recharge rate for only negative 1% unit upkeep is just freaking absolutely awesome. This, you take more damage, but faster respawn, faster ground speed, faster airspeed. Again, I don't plan on getting shot that much to die. I don't need the DPS increase. So this is my initial setup. And I really like Hawk, but I like Ultimate Samson more. So I'm going to be using Ultimate Samson for this. Alright. So I will start playing now. First thing you're going to do is you're going to move the T-99s. You need to move them to your starting defensive position because of the little motorcycle creeps and junk that just comes in, you know, and immediately starts attacking your base. So I'm going to move this stuff over. Put a point into increased experience. And I'm going to start working on some more T-99s. I want to have at least, you know, 3 lanes of 3. Queue up some money makers. Move these guys over to the southeast base. Okay, so I got my 3 T-99s. Getting my money makers in position. If you'll let me drop it. Got these creeps into the southeast base. Drop him to the southwest. Grab some more creeps. This strat will only hold like 2.5 of the bases. You'll constantly keep losing the third. If you want to be a little greedy, you can go for all 4 bases, but it is a little techy to manage. So right now I'm just trying to get the 2 bases up as I picked up my moneymaker. Ah! Got my cat behind me playing in the bag. T-99. Set this up over here. Queue up another T-99. Put a point into my offensive aura. Once I have my lane of T-99 set up, I'm going to work on the northeast base. So I got a moment to get this going. I'm also going to need another moneymaker. Activate my aura. If you don't know how to activate your alternate abilities, it's usually the X button. So that's almost capped. I'm going to drop the money gen here. Get this soldier up. I'm not doing exactly the best for efficiency, but it works for the moment. T-99s on the bottom second lane is doing an excellent job by themselves. I'm going to queue up 2 Ratchet Tanks and my increased EXP buff skill. Just make sure my T-99s stay in good health. Then I'm going to queue up my Goliath Tank, which I apparently forgot. So I'm going to wing it. I'm going to wing it with Longhorns and Buckies. Drop a point into my Guardian. Just a DPS Guardian. I also need to start building my stasis mines to control the flow of the mobs. Because the nice thing about playing this choke point right here is they can actually shoot across at incoming enemies. So, while the first lane doesn't get attacked until later, the second lane gets hit first because it's closest to where the enemies are coming in. So, both lanes can actually be working together. There's those flying enemies I was talking about. Of course, I don't have any Seekers built at the moment. or even ultimate Buckies. They'll do some damage to the base. They will not destroy the base. It's the endgame Devastators and the big crazy things that ultimately take out your base. Another point in my offensive aura. Drop some more Buckies. And I'm going to need a lot more Longhorns. They're going to just act as a buffer for the front line, since I don't have my Goliath Tanks. Which sort of stinks. I can build lots and lots of Longhorns. Okay, so I'm going to queue up some more stasis mines. Need this to be finished before the late game stuff. Just to control the flow of combat. And a lot more ultimate Buckies. Build another money maker to drop there. The ultimate Bucky back here on the back line. Money maker. Oh, that's not ultimate money maker, it's a regular money maker. Quit trolling me. Now, when I did this run before using the Longhorn tanks, I had at least 6 artilleries per lane. So I'm not entirely sure if just the Buckies and tanks can buffer this. I think I'm probably going to build 2 additional lanes of T-99s just to act as the additional buffer. Because I just don't know for sure how successful I'm going to be. Because preferably, I like to have the front line being loaded up with Goliath tanks, because you'll have the money for it, whether you're using Samson or Hawk. I like having just 3 T-99s is typically more than enough to prevent the mobs from pushing through, because they'll push your tanks to the side, but they won't move stationary units. Like the T-99s, Gaddies, T-45s that you get by default. So let me place some more of my stuff. Drop the T-99s in front of my Longhorns. Just because I can. It's not ideal, but just setting this up temporarily. I'm going to get 2 more money makers because I'm assuming the ones to the northwest are already destroyed. Yeah, they're destroyed. Why? I'm going to drop. Yeah, put that there. Move my Longhorns up. Put another point into my offensive aura. My cat is attacking my bag of mango salsa flavored Lay's. She's just giving it a hug. It's okay. Now, as you currently see, my unit limit is 121. I have 81 out of 121. Now, as I near closer to maxing that limit, I will then start switching out money generators to, well, money makers to generators to increase my unit cap, which is not as big of an issue, seeing as I'm using Samson, like effectively doubles your unit cap. So, depending on which unit you're using, which pilot you're using. A couple flyers, they'll do a little bit of chip damage, but nothing like break the bank. This is wave 5 right now. Got a bunch of T-99s up. I need to finish my stasis mines. So start working on that. You don't have to fan them out like this. You can also just like hug the wall like right here because the tanks, for whatever reason, stay on that side of the highway. So you'd be like, doop, doop. Spread it out just a little bit so some of the trash mobs that come in get slowed down. There we go. So far, so good. Okay, I want 2 more ratchets and a lot more ultimate buckies. There. Starting to near the limit. That here. I don't need as many ultimate buckies as I'm going to need longhorn tanks to suck up shots on the front line. Because those Gemini tanks, Goliaths, everything that the enemy starts to send you late game is just so absolutely overpowered that you're gonna need the buffer. I mean, when I first did this solo survival, I probably had, I don't know, maybe 15 longhorns per lane just to suck up shots. And I also had a minimum of 6 artillery too. So playing this without artillery and forgetting my Goliath tanks, I do not recommend. If you could have at least 6 Goliath tanks per front line, followed by 3 T-99s, 2 ratchets, repair tanks, and then the rest being ultimate buckies, you should be very successful doing this with the Paladin tank. I mean, as you can see, I'm not hurting for cash in game. My current unit cap is being way higher than it should be since I'm playing the Ultimate Samson. See, this point is where you'd be swapping out those money makers and starting to drop down your generators to meet the cap more efficiently. Double up on ultimate buckets down here. Hopefully they're not falling off the edge. They sort of look like they are graphically. Now you will see here soon my buckies on the second lane attacking the first lane. So I'm going to just stand right here so I can hopefully demonstrate that. I'll buy some more skills. Also, if you stand close to the edge of the lane with a Paladin AirMech, your aura buff bleeds over into the second lane just a little bit. So I'm just recklessly firing. You can check out the northwest base right now. So I can take this back over, start lay down some generators, quickly buy a whole bunch of tanks, and then, you know, basically it's going to die next round. But I'll just build all the units I need for the front line. So let's see. Queue up 2 generators. I need a set of creeps since I cleared the base to the northwest. So drop one right now. Need 1 more creep. Hold on, Mr. Creep. Drop him there. Drop 1 over here. He's probably gonna die. I dropped him too soon. 2 Jennies, which increases my capacity, and then I'm gonna buy some more longhorns. Sit on the ground, give these guys an aura boost. Is that wave complete? Yeah, that's wave complete. Grab lots. And lots of longhorns. Probably I should squeeze in another ratchet tank in here because I see some stuff hurting. You can also pick up your units, take it back to your base really quick and just heal it. It's not really worth it in my opinion because it does take up some of your time that you should be spending just placing units. And as you can see, I'm doing really good on in-game cash. bottom lane coming in for an attack with some Goliath tanks and big boys. So sitting on the ground to give them that aura boost. And I'm going to show you really quick how much DPS it boosts. 18% DPS, 50% radius at level 3. It is very important to have that. Can't stress it enough. Okay, I'm going to get off the ground really quick. Grab some of these longhorns. Need them more over there. Because I want to take advantage of me having all the bases capped before it gets destroyed. That 4th base you don't need, but it's worth it to cap it before the end of the wave so you have the extra units to drop, you know, additional Goliath tanks, or at least queue them up. So I'm going to queue 3 more generators, 1 for this one. So I'm going to recap that base. So that wave's rolling in, so I can attack from the 6 o'clock. Get flanked. Drop some creeps. Please, creeps, don't get there. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna need to go on the ground. Did not mean to queue up another generator, so I'm gonna cancel that. Drop that. Don't care about the additional guy. Alright, 2 Jennies. Build some more longhorns. Now, if you're thinking you're only going to do like half a dozen longhorns or something for your front defensive line, that's not going to work. The tanks that they send are just too strong to do that. You need to keep building a lot of longhorns just to act as fodder to buffer that front line, to let everything on the back do its job, which is the Buckies in this case. If you have the artillery do absolutely amazing. You know, like I showed you, the default artillery does 1150 damage a shot. It is a little techy to like place it down on the ground, but it is definitely well worth using. I mean, at least 3, preferably 6, if you're trying to do this as close to the default tanks as possible, if you don't have enough kudos yet for buying the new units. So I'm dropping some more longhorns. These guys are doing pretty good. Drop a whole bunch over there. I'm going to lose the 4th base here in a moment to the northwest. So you can see I'm at 155 out of 150, so they already started destroying some of my generators over there. Not going to worry about it. Just going to sit on the ground, give these guys an aura boost. Some of my ultimate Buckies will shoot their rockets from, you know, lane number 1. If I want to be more efficient with the stasis mines, I could have set them up better where they're, you know, set up as a double, so it's a stasis field that they pass through to guarantee slowing them down. But what happens is, like, some of the like weaker trash mobs actually are the ones that bust on through past it, affecting the efficiency. So like those little dirt bike looking units or whatever they're called. I know they're not jokers, but they're usually the ones that like bust on through on crazy leg. Now I'm still sitting at max money. I'm doing really good. At this point, you could start swapping out all your money makers around your base and then tweak it at the exterior bases to do generators for increased unit capacity. But since I'm using Ultimate Samson, the amount of units that you have available to you right now is probably not going to be what I currently have. Because Ultimate Samson gives you that 25% DPS boost. Well, the unit attack gives you 25% unit damage resistance and then 100% unit upkeep. He is just really awesome for PvE, not PvP. If you try to do PvP or anything like that, ultimates get set to their default, so sort of sucky. Try to get this base down. Put a level in my creep spawning. Queue up a bunch of generators. I don't think I'm gonna cap this base in time to really take advantage of this. Where are you guys? Actually, I should have a moment to do this. Jenny there. Queued up one Jenny too many. Drop some extra Jennies here. Queue up a bunch of Longhorns. As many as I possibly can, and ground myself. As you can see right here, my Longhorns on the ground are not doing very good right now. This is the final wave, so it is good to double up on your second lane first, since they're the ones that get hit first. So every Longhorn that I'm going to be building right now is going to go to fortifying that second lane. So I'm going to just drop some sacrificial Longhorns down here. Stay on the ground, give them my aura boost. If I can drop at least 2 more Longhorns before I lose the base to the northwest, that would be pretty awesome. Alright. Come on, come on. Oh, it just went down. Oh well. So, on the ground, as you can see, the units are like, have that orangish aura around them. They're the ones being affected by the Paladin's current aura boost. Still bleeds over partially to the first lane. Second lane is doing excellent. I'm almost level 15. And I only say that because I just leveled up to 14. The Buckies on the ground are killing all the enemy air units. If you want to perfect this and have no damage taken to your base during the survival, going for your Soul Survivor achievement, that is completely up to you. I don't see the added benefit to it. I don't know if it would increase your chances of getting anything from, you know, like the random item drop pool or something like that. So, if you want to build some like anti-air, you can use the default flackers. They're pretty good. You can buy the Seekers, which I have equipped, but I didn't put down any of them because I have the Buckies and the T99s. T99s are okay. Do not rely on them heavily. The only reason why I use them is because it's a stationary unit, it has a decent amount of hit points, it has a lot of armor. I think it has 1,800 hit points on it. Let me take a look here. Let's see. I'm confident that we're not going to die right now. Yeah, 1,800 hit points, 70 armor. It also has anti-air, which is those little heat-seeking missiles. But so does the Buckies. They have anti-air too. Now, second lane is done. So you can start taking all your Longhorns, start dumping them on lane number 2. Probably run out energy here. No, actually I'm doing pretty good. Grab some extra Buckies. Put them right here because they should be able to reach once I give them my aura boost. Oh, there's level 15, so max level mech. If you haven't gotten that achievement, you'll definitely get it now. I think I moved enough. I'm going to hop on the ground, just give him an aura boost. Alright, slow down a little bit. Let's grab some more ultimate Buckies. Just throw them in here randomly. Doesn't really matter. They're going to just absolutely wreck everything. You don't even need all the AirMech equipments that I have on either. It's just equipment that I've progressively purchased with my kudos from playing the game to make my AirMech a little bit better for playing the PvE. So here we go, dropping a whole bunch more stuff. Jillion Buckies, Jillion Longhorns, T99s, couple of Ratchet Tanks. I probably could have built some more, but I didn't. Now, like I was saying earlier in this video, the strategy does work for the Twin Survivors achievement. It does work for the 4 Horsemen achievement. Keep in mind with the 4 Horsemen achievement, you're going to have to preferably communicate with your team to better organize who's going to build what and to get the strategy initially started. But there you have it. Successfully completed Wave 9 solo, including messing up with not bringing my Goliath tanks along. Or my artillery. I did not bring my artillery. I wish you the best of luck at getting this achievement. If you haven't checked out my Twin Survivors video or my Four Horsemen's video, definitely recommend checking them out to see what I'm talking about involving the Goliaths and even the artillery. A lot of these units your friends should already have by default. The Archie artillery, Longhorns, T-45s could be used over the T-99s, or you only need one player to have the T-99s for the Twin Horsemen and the Twin Survivors and the Four Horsemen achievement. So it's really easy to decide, like, okay, who's going to do what. Stasis Mines only cost 1,800 kudos. It requires level 5, I believe. Yeah, it requires level 5. Goliath is level 7. Ratchet Healing Tank is level 5. But if you're doing well with in-game money, like with the Four Horsemen, you need to have those money makers up, then you can afford just letting units die. Preferably 2 to 3 ratchets help to maintain your front lines. Anyways, I appreciate that you watched this video. I really hope that this strategy helps you to get this achievement. If you have any questions and comments, please leave it in the comments below, and I'll try to answer it as best I can as soon as possible. Ultimately, it is important that I hope that this information is useful and that you can get your achievements for your Soul Survivor, Twin Survivors, and the Four Horsemen achievements. Again, thank you. Enjoy your day. And if you're not a subscriber, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button for more videos like this one. I will be posting some more Minecraft videos here next week. Also, supposedly Minecraft will be coming out on the Xbox One on the 19th of this month of August. So I'm really excited about live streaming that on Twitch. I'm just not sure if I'm going to do it on my current Twitch channel or create a new one. Anyways, magic bananas.